Toby Smith back with the next big thing report. Josh Blacher, I'll mess it up anyway, doesn't matter, from Galmed Pharmaceuticals. So we were talking about, this gigantic disease, NASH. Tell us about NASH. What is it?
Right. So NASH is the combination of excess liver fat coupled with inflammation, ballooning, and later on fibrosis, which is the death of liver tissue.
And the expense of this is just mind-boggling. If you go all the way through this and never gets better, then what do you have left? A liver transplant?
You have a liver transplant, which is going to cost you $500,000.
Yeah, unless you're David Crosby.
Right, unless you're David Crosby.
Yeah.
And sadly, the supply for healthy livers is about 20% about 5 times the demand.
Well, we're not going to have a healthcare system if every person with NASH is getting a liver transplant.
That's right.
All right. So your procedure is actually not a biologic; it's a good old small molecule.
It's a once-a-day pill. Yes, it's a very easy, patient-compliant way to approach the disease.
So if I'm showing the early indications of this, if I'm on your drug at early indications, it would stop and then it would also reduce. Is that the idea?
Yeah, we're looking for a complete reversal of NASH. So we're looking to turn a very unhealthy liver into a completely healthy, functioning liver.
Well, and it's not like you don't have big investors and big people in this. Tell us about your capital group and your Teva and all those.
Yes, so we IPO'd last year. We raised $40 million, and we're well over $30 million right now. Very low burn rate, and it's a company of 18 people, very efficient, and all the intellectual property is within the company, and we simply outsource more of the perfunctory work.
Right.
The founding investors collectively own about 60 or 65%.
Mm-hmm.
We floated about 25% of the stock to the public, and the employees and board of directors owns another 10% of the company.
And looking at Intercept and some of the other players, Intercept's market cap is what today?
It's over $6 billion.
$6 billion with a B.
Right.
You guys are $100 million with an M.
That's right.
Why the difference?
Sure. I mean, to be fair, Intercept's a great company.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing bad to say. They're doing a great job, and we respect the leadership position that they've taken in the industry. Mm-hmm. They are also developing the same drug for another disease called PBC, and I think they're getting some credit there. And so they're in phase 3, and they're going to hit the market with an orphan indication within the next couple of years in that.
All right, so they're farther down the track. In terms of efficacy, when you compare, are you guys comparable, ahead of the game?
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to show one data set that we have not been able to show yet, not because we didn't, but we haven't had the opportunity, which is liver biopsy data.
Okay.
And the effect that they've had on inflammation and fibrosis, which was very nice. So they've absolutely deserved credit for that, and we are at that point right now. We're at that value inflection point where we're going to be showing that data in this next
Spoken
study.
like a true capital markets man.
That's right.
The data inflection point, I love that whole deal.
That's right.
How long does it take you now to get through this phase B?
Right. So we are going to be releasing our interim results in the first half of 2016.
Now, when you go to market this, this is a single direction. You go to endocrinologist, right? So would you partner with somebody like a Teva, or would you do it yourself?
That's a great question. We are not going to go it alone. Intercept, I believe, is doing the go alone strategy, which is why they've been very active in the capital markets. I think they've raised over $800 million this year. We're a small Israeli-based company, and we are going to continue to create value for the shareholders and look for the proper exit at the relevant time.
So, ladies and gentlemen who are at home, let me try to interpolate that for you. Is that if somebody has a really big check and can also provide distribution where they can get continual royalties, I assume that would be something you would not look askance at.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Good. Well, we, in our country and in Europe and, frankly, in China and in India as well, this metabolic syndrome is prevalent, getting larger, pardon the pun, and it's deadly.
That's right.
So being able to have a relatively simple, straightforward way to go about this, combined with doing other things. In other words, you still can't be eating 12 pizzas and Coke and taking the pill, but as long as you're willing to take a little bit of effort here, not even talking about the issues of heart attacks and liver failures and so on and so forth. So this is a big space, a big opportunity, and from your background and lineage of this company, you guys are a great bet. And certainly when you have another company that's 60 times more valuable going after someone in the same area, I think there's some room for improvement there.
I think so too.
All right, Josh, thanks. Look, we hope that the next big thing when it comes to metabolic syndrome and this NASH syndrome is Galmed Pharmaceuticals.